The state legislature approved a congestion pricing plan 2 years ago. So why is it taking so long to put it in place, especially as the city's traffic woes get worse? Well, joining us this morning is Betsy Plum. She's the executive director of the Riders Alliance, which has really been leading the push to pass congestion pricing. So good morning to you, Betsy. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
So let's get into this, because what is the big holdup on the congestion pricing plan, right? I feel like we've been talking about this forever. Will it actually happen this time?
Well, we're confident that it will actually happen. The question is the timeline and when it will happen. And as we just heard the mayor say, $15 billion can do a lot. And we need that money. We needed it yesterday. We urgently need this program. The problem right now is that the program's implementation was held up by the Trump administration. The Biden administration gave it the green light earlier this year. But now we're stuck in bureaucratic process. And I think that's something we all know can drag. And so we need our elected leaders, everyone from President Biden and the governor who runs the MTA, to be giving the agencies that are running these bureaucratic processes the urgency they need to restore our recovery.
Right. And Betty, we know that several studies have already found that traffic in New York City is only getting worse. Right now, it's worse than Los Angeles, especially in recent months as the city is now starting to open back up. But do we know how many cars this congestion pricing plan is actually going to keep out of the city?
I think these are questions that are evolving. We know that it will have a tremendous and positive impact. Right now, we are already looking at numerous bridges and tunnels that are already at pre-pandemic levels. When we try to return in mass to offices in September as anticipated, traffic in many parts of New York will become unbearable. More traffic has already brought more deadly collisions this year, more air pollution, especially at a time when we have the worst air quality in 14 years. And we know coming out of a pandemic that was a respiratory disease that has led to more premature death, missed work, school issues, and of course the carbon pollution that accelerates the global climate change that is causing other issues in our system. The other thing I'll say is yes, it will reduce, of course, traffic, but it will also pay to fix the subway. We are a city uniquely reliant on mass transit, on public transit, on the subway and bus system. And so we need this money to fix the subway, have signals that aren't from the 1930s, have subways that aren't flooded, and of course have a system that's actually accessible to all New Yorkers.
And Betsy, as you pointed out, these impacts are so long-ranging, yet there is so much red tape. The MTA has yet to actually convene the Traffic Mobility Board that is supposed to assess all of these environmental impacts and then discuss what this plan, how much the toll is going to be, that is going to look like. Do we know why it's taken so long to just get to this step of just research and development here?
Certainly, we can understand that there was the delay from the Trump administration, but now we really do need a lot more urgency. There is, of course, the environmental assessment. That is a piece that is a back and forth right now between MTA leadership as well as the United States Department of Transportation. I think these two different agencies could go back and forth for years at this point. And that is what is not acceptable. This is an urgent program. We respect that it is the first program of its kind in North America. Let's move on it, and let's move on it quickly, because our recovery, our businesses, our riders, and even our drivers rely upon it.
So, Betsy, a lot of people are saying, well, how the heck is this going to work, right? So it will be up to the next mayor to put a congestion pricing plan in place. Yesterday, I actually caught up with Democratic mayoral hopeful Eric Adams, who laid out a bit of his plan on how exemptions would work. I want you to take a listen to what he had to say here.
You look at congestion pricing, we should, number one, make sure that we are not harming low-income New Yorkers that must go into Manhattan, such as if you have to go to Manhattan, low-income, for chemo treatment. You're not doing it because it's a luxury. The goal is to get the vehicles off the road where people are using it as a luxury, not necessity, particularly with those who are dealing with economic challenges.
So then how do you decipher that, right? How do you decipher who is exempt versus who's not when they're driving below a specific street?
Technology. Our technology is amazing. You capture the license plate. Is this person listed as one that is exempt from having to pay congestion pricing? We don't charge them. You know, the technology is here where you can actually identify who is exempt, who's not exempt. If you are exempt because of your medical...
Okay, so We cut him off there, but what are your thoughts on this proposal to use a license plate reader for who would be exempt and who wouldn't be? Because it doesn't even work sometimes when I go through Easy Pass in the Lincoln Tunnel, I get a fine for a license plate reader. How will it work?
So this is why we need the Traffic Mobility Review Board. We need to take on and discuss these questions. But I will say we cannot pack overall this program with multiple special exemptions. We really do need to keep it whole. And one of the things that we really learned from excellent analysis from the Community Service Society during the fight to implement and create the congestion pricing program was that less than 2% of the exact folks that Eric Adams is discussing in that clip would actually be impacted by this. We know that the vast majority of low-income New Yorkers that are going into Manhattan's central business district are taking the subway, are taking buses to take the subway, and that's why we need to fix the subway and keep that as a top priority, while we're also thinking about how to best structure this program in an equitable, fair, but also profitable way.
All right, we have so many questions on this, Betsy, so we're out of time here today, but we'd love to have you back because people in New Jersey are saying, well, I drive through the tunnel. Am I going to get tolled twice in congestion? There's a lot to discuss. Exactly. So, Betsy, we'll have you back. Thank you for being here today, all right?
Thank you.